Good morning, dear learners. Myself, Yogesh Kanade, lecturer at Dhule Charitable Society's Institute of Pharmacy, Devpur, Dhule. In previous lectures, we have completed the first chapter, that is Introduction, under DNC Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. In Introduction, we have seen aim and objective behind implementation of DNC Act 1940. Then we have studied DNC Act 1940. It is divided into 5 chapters, that is from chapter 1 to chapter 5. Then Drugs and Cosmetics Rules 1945 divided into 19 parts. Every part is related to a particular topic. Then two schedules to DNC Act 1940, that is first schedule and second schedule, and there are total 27 schedules given under Drugs and Cosmetic Rules 1945. Then we have seen the interpretations or definition of the words which has been used in DNC Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. That means we have completed the first chapter, that is introduction. From today onwards, we are going to start with the second chapter, in which it is related with administrative bodies like Drug Technical Advisory Board, Drugs Consultative Committee, Central Drugs Laboratory, etc. These are the administrative bodies given under Chapter 2 of DNC Act 1940. Let us see these administrative bodies. Administrative bodies, it has been established by the central government or state government for efficient administration of rules and regulations framed under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. The name itself, administrative, helps in the administration. कशाचं administration? The rules and regulations which has been framed under DNC Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. These administrative bodies are mainly divided into 3 parts. The first one, that is advisory, second analytical, and third one, that is executive. Administrative bodies divided into or classified into 3 parts. The first one, that is advisory, second one, that is analytical, and the third one that comes, that is your executive. These are the 3 types of administrative bodies framed under DNC Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. First one, advisory administrative bodies. There are, now the name itself, advisory, that means the technical matters which are arising during administration of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules 1945, the advice is provided or will be provided to the central government or state government to tackle that technical matters in relation to a drug or cosmetic. ॲडवायझरी म्हणजे काय? ॲडवाइस देणं. DNC ॲक्ट ज्यावेळेस रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन इम्प्लिमेंट करत असाल किंवा काही टेक्निकल मॅटर्स जर अराईज होत असतील तर त्याच्यावर ॲडवाइस सेंट्रल किंवा स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंटला कोण देणार? दिस दॅट इज ॲडवायझरी ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह बॉडीज. दॅट इज युअर Drug Technical Advisory Board and Drugs Consultative Committee. These are the 2 advisory administrative bodies. Drug Technical Advisory Board, it is constituted as per section 5 of DNC Act 1940. while drugs consultative committee, it is constituted as per section 7 of DNC Act 1940. Then second one, that is your analytical. Now analytical means these are the administrative bodies responsible for testing or analysis of samples sent by inspectors, customers, sent by custom collectors, or sent by the courts. Whenever a sample of a drug or cosmetic sent by a drug inspector, sent by customer who have purchased that medicine or who have purchased that cosmetic, or commissioner of customs means the drugs which are imported in India at the place which has been imported, at that place who is responsible for working of that place, that is known as commissioner of customs. These custom officers can also randomly send the samples for testing or analysis. Even court, whenever a case has been filed against a manufacturer, against the importer, or against a retail premises, and if it is related with adulterated drugs, spurious drug, or substandard drug, and the cases has been filed into the court, then the court may also send the samples for testing or analysis. This testing and analysis of a drug or cosmetic is carried out by Central Drug Laboratory, state laboratories, government analyst. Central Drug Laboratory, that has been functions has been given under section 6 and rule 326. Government analyst constituted as per section 20, and its functions, procedures to be followed by government analyst has been given under rule 44 to 46. This is your second type, that is analytical administrative bodies doing the testing or analysis of drugs or cosmetics. Then the third comes, that is executive administrative bodies. Now what is the meaning of word that is executive? Executive is a meaning काय असेल? Executive means these are the bodies of government responsible for proper implementation of rules and regulations throughout the territories of India. इंडियामध्ये जे काही DNC ॲक्ट मध्ये रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन्स फ्रेम झाले ते युनिफॉर्मली प्रत्येक टेरिटरीमध्ये, प्रत्येक डिस्ट्रिक्टमध्ये, प्रत्येक तालुका, प्रत्येक विलेज लेवलवर युनिफॉर्मली इम्प्लिमेंट करणं हे काम कोणाचं आहे? दॅट इज द वर्क ऑफ युअर एक्झिक्युटिव्ह. इफ यू सी द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, ज्याला आपण भारतीय संविधान म्हणतो, in the Constitution of India there are three pillars of Constitution of India: legislative, judiciary and executive. Legislative, judiciary and executive. Legislative चं काम काय? That is to frame the rules and regulation. Legislative काय करते म्हणजे पार्लिमेंट. पार्लिमेंटचं काम काय? To frame the rules and regulations. Judiciaryचं काम काय? The rules and regulations which has been framed by the parliament, if a person or a company breaks that rules and regulations, then the punishment will be given or decided by the judiciary. That is parliamentary, second judiciary, third one executive. For example, your police department executive मध्ये येतं. त्यांचं काम काय? That is all the individuals which are citizens of India who are living in this nation should follow that rules and regulations. To implement that rules and regulations, that is the function of your executive. In the same way, the rules and regulations framed under DNC Act that are followed by a person or not who is practicing the profession of pharmacy, that check will be done by the executive administrative bodies. There are four executive administrative bodies. First one, drugs inspectors. Second, licensing authority. Third, controlling authority. And the last one, that is your commissioner of customs. Drug inspectors are details has been given in section 18A, section 21, section 22, section 23 of DNC Act 1940, rules 49, 51, 52, 56, 56A, 57A under DNC rules 1945. Licensing authority, it has been as per rule 49A of DNC rules 1945. Controlling authority, that is rule 50 and rule 50A. Commissioner of customs, that is as per section 11 of DNC Act 1940. That means the administrative bodies are of three types. First one, advisory. Second, analytical. And the third one, that is your executive. See, administrative bodies are of three types: advisory, analytical and executive. Advisory bodies, DTAB, that is Drugs Technical Advisory Board, Drugs Consultative Committee. Analytical, responsible for testing or analysis of drugs or cosmetics. Central Drugs Laboratory, state laboratories, government analyst. Then executive, to check the person who is practicing the profession of pharmacy follows the rules and regulations or not. Drugs inspectors, licensing authorities, controlling authority, and last, that is your commissioner of customs. In today's lecture, we are going to see the first class of administrative body or first type of administrative body. What is the first one? That is advisory administrative bodies. The first one, that is your advisory मध्ये first कोणतं आहे? That is your Drugs Technical Advisory Board. Drugs Technical Advisory Board. Drug Technical Advisory Board, it is constituted by the central government as per the procedure laid down in section 5 of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. DNC Act मध्ये सेक्शन 5 प्रमाणे सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट काय करेल? एक कमिटी फ्रेम करेल and that is to be known as Drugs Technical Advisory Board. Composition. Who are the members of this DTAB? DTAB चे कोण members आहेत? There are three kinds of members of your DTAB: ex officio members, nominated members and elected members. Ex officio members, nominated members and elected members. First we will see ex officio members. Ex officio means as per their position of an office or authority they will become the member of DTAB. ज्या ऑफिसला ज्या पोस्टवर ते काम करतायत त्यांच्या पोस्टिंग प्रमाणे त्या ऑफिसच्या ज्या पोस्टवर आहेत, ड्यू टू दॅट दे आर द मेंबर्स ऑफ DTAB. इंडिव्हिज्युअल पर्सन याच्यामध्ये इम्पॉर्टंट नाही आहे. जसं फॉर एक्झाम्पल समजा आपल्या कॉलेजची जर कमिटी म्हटली मी, तर कॉलेज स्टुडंट कमिटी असेल, कॉलेजच्या वेगवेगळ्या कमिटीज असतात, त्याच्यामध्ये एक्स ऑफिसो मेंबर कोण आहे? बाय द पोस्ट. Yes, our principal is the ex officio member of all the committees. It can be anti-ragging committee, it can be cultural committee, sports committee, etc. For every committee, due to the post of a principal, he is the ex officio member of all these committees. In the similar way, in case of DTAB, the office which has been held by that person, he is becoming the member of Drug Technical Advisory Board. There are total 8 ex officio members. किती आहेत? 8 ex officio members. We will see one by one. The first one, Director General of Health Services. Director General of Health Services. Now, who is Director General of Health Services? In central government, the principal secretary who is responsible for health matters across the nation, he is known as Director General of Health Services. जो मेन व्यक्ती आहे ज्याच्या अंडर इंडियामध्ये जे काही हेल्थ रिलेटेड इश्यूज आहेत जे हँडल केल्या जातात, that to be known as Director General of Health Services. Second one, Drugs Controller of India. Now in first year you have seen Indian Pharmacopoeia. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी पहिल्या वर्षी इंडियन फार्माकोपिया बघितलेली असेल. इंडियन फार्माकोपिया कोण पब्लिश करतं? हॅव यू सीन इट? हॅव यू रेफर्ड इट? It is published by Drugs Controller of India. This is the office who is responsible for taking the decisions related with drugs throughout India. ड्रग्स किंवा कॉस्मेटिक्स रिलेटेड, ड्रग मग तो ॲलोपॅथिक असेल, आयुर्वेदिक असेल, होमिओपॅथिक असेल, एक्सेट्रा कोणताही क्लास ऑफ ड्रग असेल त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड ज्या काही डिसिजन्स आहेत, दॅट डिसिजन्स आर टू बी टेकन बाय अ ड्रग्स कंट्रोलर ऑफ इंडिया. जसं फॉर एक्झाम्पल आता इंडियामध्ये 2 कोरोना वॅक्सिन्स अप्रूव्ड आहेत. वन इज कोविशिल्ड मॅन्युफॅक्चर्ड बाय सेरम इन्स्टिट्यूट and second is Covaxin, which is manufactured by Bharat Biotech. Both of them are approved by Drug Controller of India. If Drug Controller of India rejects the approval for any drug, that drug cannot be imported, manufactured, distributed or sold in India. Therefore, the second ex officio member, that is Drugs Controller of India. Third one, Director of Central Drug Laboratory Kolkata. कलकत्तामध्ये जी सेंट्रल लॅबोरेटरी प्रेझेंट आहे त्याचा जो डायरेक्टर असेल, ही विल बी द एक्स ऑफिसर मेंबर ऑफ DTAB. नेक्स्ट, डायरेक्टर ऑफ सेंट्रल ड्रग रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्यूट लखनऊ. लखनऊ इट इज इन योर उत्तर प्रदेश. नेक्स्ट, Director of Central Research Institute Kasoli. Now Kasoli, it is in Himachal Pradesh in the district that is Solan. हिमाचल प्रदेशमध्ये सोलन डिस्ट्रिक्ट जी आहे त्याच्यामध्ये एक प्लेस दॅट इज नोन ॲज कासोली. ॲट दॅट प्लेस दिस सेंट्रल रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्यूट इज अवेलेबल अँड द डायरेक्टर ऑफ दिस इन्स्टिट्यूट विल बी द एक्स ऑफिसर मेंबर ऑफ DTAB. Then next, Director of the Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Izatnagar or Mukteshwar. Now in India there are 2 veterinary research institutes. One it is in Izatnagar and second it is in Mukteshwar. Now Izatnagar, it is in Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh. Raebareli, a famous parliamentary constituent of your Gandhi family. Recently Rahul Gandhi has lost from Raebareli and Smriti Irani has won it. At that place this Indian Veterinary Research Institute is available, and second one, Indian Veterinary Research Institute is in Mukteshwar, that is in Nainital. Where is Nainital? It is in Uttarakhand. Among both of them, Indian Veterinary Research Institute जी इजातनगर आहे, जी रायबरेली मध्ये, त्याचा जो डायरेक्टर असेल ही विल बी द एक्स ऑफिसो मेंबर. जी मुक्तेश्वर मध्ये त्याचा डायरेक्टर विल नॉट बी द एक्स ऑफिसो मेंबर ऑफ युअर DTAB. कोण असेल? जी रायबरेलीमध्ये इंडियन वेटरनरी रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्यूट त्याचा जो डायरेक्टर असेल ही विल बी द एक्स ऑफिसो मेंबर. देन प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ मेडिकल काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया and president of pharmacy council of India. These are the 8 ex officio members, and it is repeatedly asked in your examination, enlist the ex officio members of your DTAB. You have to just enlist these 8 ex officio members. We will revise it. Director General of Health Services, Drugs Controller of India, Director of the Central Drug Laboratory, Calcutta, Director of the Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow, Director of the Central Research Institute, Kasoli, Director of the Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Izatnagar, President Medical Council of India, President Pharmacy Council of India. Now when you are writing the answers, you make a slide mistake when you are writing the answers. What is that slide mistake? At the last, President Medical Council of India, President Pharmacy Council of India is given. President word is given, and before that the word that is director is given. आपल्याला पोपटासारखा अभ्यास करायची सवय असते, त्यामुळे आपण काय करतो, पोपटासारखा डायरेक्टर शब्द एकदम पाटी पेन्सिल घेऊन रट्टा मारलेला असतो, त्यामुळे आपण खाली प्रेसिडेंटच्या ठिकाणी काय करतो, आपण डायरेक्टर शब्द यूज करतो. मेडिकल काउन्सिल आणि फार्मसी काउन्सिल ऑफ इंडियामध्ये हेड ऑफ दिस काउन्सिल इज टू बी नोन बाय प्रेसिडेंट. इट इज नॉट नोन बाय द वर्ड दॅट इज डायरेक्टर. देयरफॉर दिस ॲट द लास्ट ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दॅट द काउन्सिल्स, द हेड, इट इज टू बी नोन बाय प्रेसिडेंट, not by director. That you have to remember it. Clear? These are your ex officio members of Drug Technical Advisory Board. Then the next, that is your nominated members. There are 3 total nominated members. Nominated means by way of nomination. Instead of having a election, directly a person is to be nominated to a particular post. For example, in your class, if a class teacher, instead of taking a election, can directly nominate a student to work as a class representative. मी सांगितलं वर्गात आलो की XYZ student will be your CR. That means it is nominated one. पण तेच तुमच्या क्लासमध्ये 10 लोकांमध्ये इलेक्शन होऊन जर एक निवडला तर त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार, इलेक्टेड मेंबर. पण आता काय, ही इज अ नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर. नाउ लेट अस सी द नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर्स. 2 persons to be nominated by the central government from among persons who are in charge of drug control in the states. 2 व्यक्ती सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट नॉमिनेट करेल. कोणते व्यक्ती नॉमिनेट करेल, जे स्टेटमध्ये ड्रग कंट्रोलर इन्चार्ज म्हणून काम करतायत. आता ड्रग कंट्रोलर ऑफ इंडियाचं मेन ऑफिस दिल्लीमध्ये, त्याच्या खाली जे काम करतात दे आर टू बी नोन ॲज डेप्युटी सेक्रेटरीज. 2 किंवा 3 राज्य मिळून एक अपॉइंट केला जातो, त्याला म्हणतात डेप्युटी सेक्रेटरी. आणि प्रत्येक राज्यासाठी असिस्टंट सेक्रेटरी किंवा असिस्टंट डायरेक्टर अपॉइंट केला जातो. मग प्रत्येक राज्यामध्ये जे असिस्टंट डायरेक्टर्स काम करतात, या सगळ्या असिस्टंट डायरेक्टर्समधून कोणतेही 2 व्यक्ती सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट डायरेक्टली नॉमिनेट करेल टू बिकम द मेंबर्स ऑफ युअर ड्रग टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. नेक्स्ट, 1 person nominated by the central government from pharmaceutical industry. 1 person nominated by the central government from the pharmaceutical industry. भारतामध्ये जेवढ्या फार्मास्युटिकल इंडस्ट्रीज आहेत, कोणत्याही इंडस्ट्रीचा ओनर किंवा तिथे काम करणारी एखादी व्यक्ती who is a responsible person that will be nominated by the central government to become the member of your drug technical advisory board. Third one, two persons holding the appointment of government analyst. Two persons holding the appointment of government analyst to be nominated by the central government. प्रत्येक स्टेट लॅबोरेटरीजमध्ये ज्याच्या अंडर सॅम्पल्स टेस्टिंग किंवा ॲनालिसिस केल्या जातात त्याला म्हणतात गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्ट. दॅट पर्सन इज टू बी नोन ॲज अ गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्ट. जेवढ्या गव्हर्नमेंट लॅबोरेटरीज आहेत त्या गव्हर्नमेंट लॅबोरेटरीजमध्ये ज्यांच्या सुपरविजन आणि डायरेक्शन खाली सॅम्पल्सचं टेस्टिंग किंवा ॲनालिसिस होतं, ड्रग असेल किंवा कॉस्मेटिक असेल एक्सेट्रा, दे आर टू बी नोन ॲज गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्ट. मग भारतामध्ये जेवढे गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्ट म्हणून काम करत आहेत त्या गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्टपैकी कोणते टू पर्सन्स विल बी नॉमिनेटेड. कोण नॉमिनेट करेल? नॉमिनेटेड बाय द सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट टू बिकम द मेंबर ऑफ युअर ड्रग टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. These are your ex officio members. Then we have seen nominated members. Now let us see elected members. Elected means by way of election. For example, in your class CR, GS, cultural representatives, sports representatives, etc. they are elected by way of election. कौन elect करता? You, students of first year and students of second year, elect these persons as a CR, as a GS, as a cultural representative, class representative, etc. In the same way, from certain councils, from certain authorities, by way of election, certain persons are elected to become the member of your drug technical advisory board. There are total 4 elected members. Let us see one by one. Sorry, 4 nahi hai. There are total 5 elected members. First one person to be elected by the executive committee of the Pharmacy Council of India from among teachers in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmacognosy on the staff of an Indian university or a college affiliated thereto. One person to be elected by the executive committee of the Pharmacy Council of India from among teachers in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmacognosy on the staff of an Indian university or a college affiliated thereto. Now in Pharmacy Act 1948 we have studied about Executive Committee of PCI. फर्स्ट सेशनलमध्ये जो आपण फार्मसी ॲक्ट बघितला आहे त्या फार्मसी ॲक्टमध्ये आपण PCIची एक्झिक्युटिव्ह कमिटीबद्दल स्टडी केला आहे. इथे ह्या पॉईंटचं मिनिंग काय किंवा या क्लॉजचं मिनिंग काय? भारतामध्ये जेवढे फार्मसी कॉलेजेस आहेत जे एखाद्या युनिव्हर्सिटीला ॲफिलेटेड आहे किंवा एखाद्या युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये युनिव्हर्सिटीचं स्वतःचं कॉलेज आहे, जसं नागपूरमध्ये नागपूर युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये त्यांचं स्वतःचं फार्मसी कॉलेज आहे नागपूर युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या कॅम्पसमध्ये. मग अशा कॉलेजेसमध्ये जेवढे टीचर्स आहेत, जसे फार्मसी सब्जेक्टशी रिलेटेड असतील, केमिस्ट्री सब्जेक्टशी रिलेटेड असतील, फार्माकॉग्नॉसी सब्जेक्टशी रिलेटेड असतील, तर ह्या सगळ्यांमध्ये एक इलेक्शन होईल आणि इलेक्शन झाल्यानंतर ज्याला सगळ्यात जास्त वोट असतील दॅट मेंबर टू बिकम द मेंबर ऑफ युअर ड्रग टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. इट इज व्हेरी सिम्पल. अ कॉलेज who is running a course in pharmacy affiliated to a university or a institute which is available in a university campus running a course in pharmacy, the teachers who are working in these institutes in subjects like pharmacy, pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmacognosy will have election among themselves, and these elections will be conducted under the guidance of executive committee of PCI, and the member who is securing, means the teacher who is getting a highest vote, will be the elected member of your drug technical advisory board. Second, one person to be elected by the executive committee of the Medical Council of India from among teachers in medicine or therapeutics on the staff of an Indian university or a college affiliated thereto. It is similar to the first one. A person to be elected by the executive committee of the Medical Council of India from among teachers in medicine or therapeutics on the staff of an Indian university or a college affiliated thereto. डिफरन्स काय, फक्त पहिल्या याच्यामध्ये ज्या फार्मसी इन्स्टिट्यूट्स रन होत आहेत तिचे ते टीचर्स काम करतात तिथून निवडला जातो. सेकंड पॉईंटमध्ये काय, भारतामध्ये जेवढे मेडिकल कॉलेजेस आहेत त्या मेडिकल कॉलेजेसमध्ये जे टीचर्स आहेत, जे स्पेशलायझेशन असेल मेडिसिन सब्जेक्टमध्ये किंवा थेरपेटिक सब्जेक्टमध्ये, तर मेडिकल काउन्सिल ऑफ इंडियाची जी एक्झिक्युटिव्ह कमिटी आहे त्या एक्झिक्युटिव्ह कमिटीच्या डायरेक्शनप्रमाणे एक इलेक्शन होईल आणि ह्या टीचर्सपैकी जेवढे टीचर्स ॲप्लिकेशन करतील या पोस्टसाठी त्यांच्यामध्ये एक इलेक्शन होईल आणि इलेक्शन झाल्यानंतर ज्याला हायेस्ट वोट्स असतील ही विल बिकम द मेंबर ऑफ युअर ड्रग टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. थर्ड वन फार्माकोलॉजिस्ट to be elected by the governing body of the Indian Council of Medical Research. Now, Indian Council of Medical Research is having a governing body. Whoever be the members of this governing body, among this governing body members, election will be conducted and one member will be elected to become the member of your drug technical advisory board. Fourth one person to be elected by the Central Council of the Indian Medical Association, that is IMA. Indian Medical Association मध्ये जेवढे मेंबर्स काम करत असतील त्या मेंबर्स मध्ये इलेक्शन होईल आणि इलेक्शन झाल्यानंतर वन पर्सन विल बी इलेक्टेड to become the member of your drug technical advisory board. Last one person to be elected by the Council of Indian Pharmaceutical Association, that is IPA. Indian Pharmaceutical Association चे जेवढे मेंबर्स असतील त्या मेंबर्स मध्ये एक इलेक्शन होईल आणि इलेक्शन झाल्यानंतर ज्याला हायेस्ट वोट असतील he will become the member of your drug technical advisory board. This is the constitution of drugs technical advisory board, that is ex officio members, elected members and nominated members. In your examination, maximally the question is asked about the ex officio members, that is for 3 to 4 marks. Enlist or write down the ex officio members of drug technical advisory board. There are total 8 members. If the question is for 3 marks, you have to write down all the 8 ones. Even if it is for 4 marks, you have to enlist all the 8 ex officio members of DTAB. Now next, function of DTAB. जी सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटने सेक्शन 5 प्रमाणे जी ड्रग टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड कॉन्स्टिट्यूट केली आहे, या DTABचं फंक्शन काय आहे? टू ॲडवाइज द सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट अँड स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट ऑन टेक्निकल मॅटर्स अरायझिंग आउट ऑफ द ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ DNC ॲक्ट 1940. पूर्ण भारतामध्ये युनिफॉर्मली DNC ॲक्ट इम्प्लिमेंट करत असताना जे काही प्रॉब्लेम्स क्रिएट होत असतील त्या प्रॉब्लेम्सवर सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट किंवा स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंटवर ॲडवाईस देण्याचं काम कोणाचं आहे? दॅट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ युअर ड्रग टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. क्लिअर? दॅट मीन्स here we complete your first advisory administrative body, that is a drugs technical advisory board. Second one, that is drugs consultative committee. Second one, that is your drugs consultative committee. Drugs consultative committee, it is constituted by the central government as per section 7 of DNC Act 1940. DTAB consists of following members. First one, 2 representatives of the central government which are directly nominated by the central government itself. Central government चे 2 नॉमिनी म्हणजे मिनिस्टर्स और लोकसभा किंवा राज्यसभेचे जेवढे मेंबर्स आहेत त्याच्यापैकी कोणतेही 2 मेंबर्स सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट डायरेक्टली नॉमिनेट करते टू बिकम द मेंबर्स ऑफ युअर ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटी. अँड each state government will also nominate one representative of each state government. प्रत्येक स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट स्वतःचं स्टेट रिप्रेझेंट करण्यासाठी आपल्या स्टेटमधून एक व्यक्ती नॉमिनेट करेल टू बिकम द मेंबर ऑफ युअर ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटी. 2च मेंबर्स आहेत. सेक्शन 7 प्रमाणे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आहे. सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट फ्रेम करेल. 2 प्रकारचे मेंबर्स आहेत. पहिल्यामध्ये 2 मेंबर्स सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट नॉमिनेट करते आणि दुसऱ्यामध्ये आपण बघितलं की प्रत्येक स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट आपलं स्टेट रिप्रेझेंट करण्यासाठी एक मेंबर नॉमिनेट करेल. फंक्शन काय ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटीचं? दॅट इज टू ॲडवाइज द सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट, स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट्स अँड द ड्रग्स टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड ऑन एनी मॅटर टेंडिंग टू सिक्युअर uniformity throughout India in the administration of DNC Act 1940. पूर्ण भारतामध्ये एखादा टॉपिक असेल जो DTCला वाटतोय की किंवा सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटला वाटतोय की ड्रग आणि कॉस्मेटिक रिलेटेड पूर्ण भारतामध्ये एकच युनिफॉर्म रूल पाहिजे एखाद्या मॅटरशी रिलेटेड, एखाद्या सब्जेक्टशी रिलेटेड, मग तो सेल असेल, मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग असेल, इम्पोर्ट असेल एक्सेट्रा. मग त्या पर्टिक्युलर टॉपिक रिलेटेड ॲडवाइस देण्याचं काम हे ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटी करते. तिघांना पण, सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटला पण, स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंटला, त्याच्यासोबत ड्रग्स टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्डला पण. मग याच्यावरनं काय लक्षात येतं की ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटी इज अ सुपिरियर ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह बॉडी ॲज कम्पेअर्ड टू युअर ड्रग्स टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. DTABला जरी काही अडचण असेल तर त्याच्यावर ॲडवाइस देण्याचं काम ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटीचं आहे. त्याच्यावरनं आपल्याला हे सांगू शकतो की आपल्याला हे लक्षात येतं की ड्रग्स कन्सल्टेटिव्ह कमिटी इज सुपेरियर ॲज कम्पेअर्ड टू युअर ड्रग्स टेक्निकल ॲडवायझरी बोर्ड. हिअर वी कंप्लीट युअर ॲडवायझरी ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह बॉडीज. दॅट मीन्स इन टुडेज लेक्चर we have seen types of administrative bodies, that is advisory, analytical and executive, and we have completed the first class, that is your advisory administrative bodies, that is drugs technical advisory board. We have seen the constitution and functions, drugs consultative committee, constitution and functions. Among this, for 2 marks, again one question can be asked in your examination. Enlist the administrative bodies under DNC Act 1940. Write down or enlist the administrative bodies under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. It is asked for 2 marks. Write down all the 3 classes with their different bodies. For example, 1 advisory, below that write down drugs technical advisory board, drugs consultative committee. Second, analytical, central drugs laboratory, state laboratories and government analyst. Third heading, executive, write down drugs inspectors, controlling authorities, licensing authorities, and the last one, that is your commissioner of customs. That will complete your answer. Remaining administrative bodies we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.